case in point was in '98. Remember, we played Yugoslavia, lost 3-0. Played Holland, lost 4-0. Remember Predrag Mijatovic, and it was
and that Biodun Baruwa mistake
and all those things. So you can't rule out that aspect, you know. But also, you really have to look at the time limit. You don't 9 days. You said you are not ready. That to me gives a lot of concern. I do believe that as the team is structured right now, there is a lot of work to be done. A lot of work, and time is not on his side. And the opponent has really seen, you know, Nigerians' opponent at the Mondial have seen our weak point. It's so evident right now. And at times I wonder if these friendly games have not done us, you know, much harm than good. But it will be a disaster if we see our weak points and we don't act, we don't do what is necessary to improve, because it's all over the place. It's all over the pitch. You know, you look at the back four, even you look at the, you know, you look at even the pattern we are playing. Our boys don't get into the groove on time. I don't know if they give them too much coffee before the game. I don't know, because you really look at it. It takes the regularity, the rate at which they have a poor start would really affect if they don't sort that out. You know, in the World Cup, the games could be over in 15 minutes.
Yes.
You know, and if your opponent senses that you don't pick on time, they could just decide to, right from the onslaught, attack you, get 3-4 goals, and it will be very difficult, you know, for you to get back. So that's one area they really need to work on. And other departments have as well. The goalkeeping department is still suspect. When it comes to crosses, we still have issues. Even the synthesis between the attack, the midfield and the attack, all manner of issues that we really need to fix. I just hope that we would capitalize on the 9 days. As I said, we are not ready. Train very hard and ensure that we sort this thing out, or else we'll be on the brink of the worst ever World Cup outing.
Wow. Well, that's the assessment of Joseph Mkuzi. I'm sure a lot of fans as well agree with some of the things that he has said. But let me also ask you this. Looking at the team, looking at the squad that is going to the World Cup with 9 days, is it possible to fix all of this? Is it a matter of not selecting the right players, or the players trying to save themselves for the World Cup? You know, some of the excuses.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I do believe that he's picked the best crop of boys that possibly could pick. 9 days is sufficient for him to really put to work, because once you know what your problem, it's half solved, as they say. He really needs to get his lads into, you know, serious work, boot camp more or less. You know, try as much as possible to practice this thing and how to deflect corner kicks and free kicks when they come, and also help, you know, possibly get a psychologist to improve the confidence of the goalkeeper. Because you look at the goalkeeper at times he does very well. The next minute is extremely mediocre. You know, these things all these things borders on consistency. He has to be a lot more consistent in handling of the ball. Mistakes are becoming, because at the World Cup he's going to meet more curved balls, and if he's having problem with friendly matches at the World Cup stage, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So it's a lot of work that he needs to put together within these 9 days. I just hope he's able to capitalize, but time is not on his side.
Yeah, and our opponents, does it look like they're having these kinds of problems as well?
Croatia lost the other day to Brazil. I mean, Brazil is about the best team in the world, one of the best. They are number 2 in the world. Argentina have all manner of issues, but when they have Messi, you know, it galvanizes the team as a whole, and the other support cast tend to come to the party whenever Messi, you know, is playing. And you look at this generation of this Argentine team, they really want to go a step further and win this World Cup. They know that someone like Messi, for example, this is about his last World Cup, if you really look at it, to be at the peak, you know, to be able to perform. And he really wants to, you know, really ensure that he wins this one or come close to winning it. Croatia, they have too many good players, a lot of great players that can really hurt us, even if they have issues. I know they have issues, but I don't think it's as complicated, as difficult as we do. We have a lot more catching up to do, you know, than they do, because they have magical players that can just turn the game around, likes of Luka Modric, you know, Rakitic. These are
some of the guys that you're seeing.
These are magicians, practically, you know, Perisic, you know, Mandzukic. These are players that can really turn the game around in microseconds. And they are still playing together as a team. You know, they are well blended together. They are highly experienced, highly exposed. You know, in our own case, we have players who have not been playing regularly for their club side. And you see that we still have issues trying to play together. The level of gelling and cohesion is still lacking. We've not cemented several aspects of our game, and time is not our side. The Iceland, I mean, they are a very, very strong side. So what they did at the last Euro tournament, and they have great players. They went straight and named their 23-man squad, showing that they are highly focused.
Yeah.
They don't have much in terms of quality of players, but they have team spirit going for them. So it's going to be a tough World Cup for us. They don't have as much problem as we do, but we really have to fix the ones we have.
Wow. Well, the World Cup is already on us, and we're already talking about the first game of the World Cup. We'll see how all of these things pan out. Hopefully, Coach Kenneth Rowe will be able to sort out some of the things that has been pointed out tonight. Let me also say this: it's difficult. You look at some of the matches we play. Usually, the striker Odion Igalo is been everybody's.
Yeah.
We flog him. We say a lot of things about him, but in the last two games, it's hard to pick him out and say he had a bad game, because number one, he's been denied of top quality service. How many chances has he missed? You just see Odion Igalo chasing down defenders, rolling all through, and through no fault of his own.
The supply line has not been effective, and as I said, John Ogu has been playing too deep. Ogayo Hanazi has been grossly out of form lately. Joel Obi, the same thing. And what's it called? Iwobi, I don't know. He said he wants to be the number 10, but we can't give that to him. Not at this World Cup. It has to be Mikel. Mikel doesn't have the leg, to be able to run and, to be able to create as much as we want him to. And Iwobi has not really been supportive. And if you look at Victor Moses as well, his form hasn't really, peaked. And these are players that have really, overall through the qualifying series, have supplied him balls, but they've not been playing well. So more often he's been left isolated. Whenever he has a chance, just one or two, it's less than even half a chance. So you can't really blame him for not really getting goals, because the supply line has been cut off. The midfield that is supposed to be the main ginger, the thing that is supposed to drive the team, has not been effective. So there's nothing much we don't play long balls like some other teams do. So that's the problem.
All right. You can understand why Joseph is a bit agitated. A lot of people are as well. So we just leave it at that, and we'll go for a quick timeout, and a break will follow that timeout. When we return, we'll still be dissecting the Super Eagles and the plans for the 2018 FIFA World Cup.